and as far as the feminine aspect coming back into play, yes, women are naturally the nurturers, and I can't imagine not nurturing. I guess I feel sorry for women who are lacking that because of all of the modern indoctrination. Women who can't feel what it feels like to nurture, another, like your husband, to care for them, to love them. I mean, and when I look at his face and I see him and I take him in and I'm just like, you are such a beautiful being. And like, when I see the other beautiful men in the white positive sphere, our folk, our people, the men have been so mistreated, and it's actually really heartbreaking. And the amount of hate that has been directed towards them it's unnatural. And I guess I just would say to any, like, maybe new young women, or not just young women, but if there are any women listening who have kind of just come into this and are just now kind of waking up to all of the anti-white indoctrination, that's something I would really want them to consider. Just how much indoctrination have they received that is hating our men, hating the men, hating men for being men.
You said this key phrase, nurture your husband. What does that look like a little bit? Nurturing your husband?
Well, I mean, on a basic day-to-day level, it's like just being supportive, showing appreciation for how hard they're working in whatever way that is. I mean, around here, not only is my husband working at his off the farm job, but he's busting his butt here at the farm and to provide for us. And, no one wants to work hard and sacrifice for their family and not feel appreciated. I mean, that white males today have so many things going against them in this world, and there needs to be a sanctuary, and that sanctuary has to be home with a loving wife, and men are not just like these hard, non-emotional beings. They also want to have a hug and have touch and these things that help all beings thrive.
I think this came up, Jason, I don't know if we talked about this. I feel like I talked about this. I can't underestimate, and in a broad sense, I guess you could say, but not in a specific sense. I'm not speaking sexually, of course. That I could just tell, even if it's just like on the back of my neck, I can tell a female touch from a male touch. Like, even if I didn't see the person, there's just this, I can't explain how important it is for a man to feel that nurturing, soft, feminine energy. It's like, it just soothes your whole being. And it sounds like you're also saying some of the things you provide for your husband would be, in my language, I don't know if there's better words for it, but celebrating him, honoring him, of course.
Yes, and cooking. If you can cook, my husband really appreciates that I cook good food for him. I know that it sounds.
Yeah,
I know
it's not just functional. It's not just functional. I've seen it. It's really how it's an art form. Women can really communicate their love and care through food. Absolutely. I think we lost your video.
No, we didn't. We did. She's grabbing a charger. But I just want to quickly say that what we really have, I mean, and Sarah was touching upon this, is that in the West, we have a situation where women dominate legally and societally, and they take that power into the home. And if we are going to survive, a big part of our survival, the reclamation of our people, the recapture of our destiny, it is going to be a result of our women overcoming this part of anti-whiteism, which has enthroned them as these leaders, as these absolute tyrants in the relationship with a man. It is disgusting. My entire life has been nothing but hearing about these stories of it, just the opposite, absolute minuscule, and seeing it all around me. These women dominating and the reason why men are gelded, there are no white men anymore. The reason why the white men that are left are mostly without women is because the women are in the home dominating the men. Women in the relationships are dominating the men, and then they're telling the men what to do, how to behave, according to her instincts, according to the fear of what the mob thinks, according to all of these different things that have so much more importance for a woman, genetically, spiritually, whatever it might be, in her dealings with children, in the way she is gifted to be able to deal with children and the family and etc. Now that has become how we deal with society, and that simply does not work. We need men being men. And right now, unfortunately, and you want to know a great example for any ladies out there. I mean, first of all, you have to be, if you're a woman and you are saying, well, women don't dominate, you are lying or you're to yourself and you are aware of it, or you're lying to yourself and you're unaware of it. Because everybody knows, I mean, you're at like the family get together, the whatever it might be, the Thanksgiving or whatever it is, one female get upset and everybody there jumps up to make it okay for her. A man gets upset, nobody cares. A man gets upset and people are like, well, screw him. Let him be pissed off, and maybe one or two go out. They want to try to just calm things down. Everybody moves when a female gets upset. What can we do? How can we make it better? The relationships are not working on a grand scale across the West because men get into these relationships and then women begin telling them, they begin controlling through manipulation, just through outright sheer dominance, through it's going to be my way or the highway, through the fact that she can always call on law or society to support her in her domination of the man. And over the years and even months, he becomes increasingly gelded. And we no longer see a male there. And everybody, we see this joke of, well, is she happy? Because then we're happy. You are a loser if you say that.
I hate that. And whenever I've heard men say that, I push back on that.
Oh my God, yeah. If
happy wife, happy life. I'm like, oh my God, come here. We have to talk.
Yeah.
not that I don't want my woman to be happy, but it's the whole mentality.
Right. It's the happy tyrant, happy life. Happy dominator, happy life. That's what these gelded, feckless losers are saying. So we're going to have to this is a big issue. It's a big part of anti-whiteism. And because anti-whites have set up society so that women have this legal dominance and this social dominance, white women are going to have to take it upon themselves to not dominate their men. Because the only answer a man has to that is to walk away from her. That's the only answer, to end the relationship, to just walk away, because that's the only thing she can't still control if she decides to do so. She cannot chain him to the house anymore. You know what she can do, though? If there's children, she can use the law to punitively follow him into perdition. So white women are going to have to make the decision to assume the role that they are supposed to assume in most relationships, so that men and women fit together harmoniously. They fit together physically, they fit together spiritually, they fit together intellectually, they fit together in all of these ways, and it is a beautiful thing when they do. We do not have that. We have sheer domination by women every single place I turn, and it is disgusting. I've told the story, I don't have time to tell it right now, but I've told it many times about the gigantic Nordic Superman human being at the gym who was built like a monster, this wide and 6.5 feet tall and beautifully muscled. And his little tiny wife told him what he was going to do with his life. Disgusting. And the reason he had to obey, because the law and society would side with her. So it's obviously a serious issue.